Molly.
Okay.
Yeah, I can send you that.
At least your outfit's cute. You don't have it.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. 6:30. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need a motion for the acceptance. Margaret, second. Heidi, any questions? All in favor? Okay, anybody for public comment? No. Okay. And I need a motion for the acceptance of the consensus agenda. Molly, second. Margaret, any questions? All in favor? Thank you. And now we have a presentation, an athletic update.
That was a good fight.
Angela Mester. That was the athletic director.
All right, before I start, I do want to thank Alexis for adding a little bit more pizzazz to my presentation.
Yeah, she's good like
It
that.
was awesome.
Down.
Okay. So I was asked to present an update on athletics based on last year. So I collected data based on everything that happened during our 2023-24 season. I think probably in the 11 years that I've been athletic director, this is probably the most memorable. One, because of the baseball team going to state finalists, and just that whole entire ride was amazing with the community and everyone involved in their support. But we also had a few between championships. We had varsity golf, varsity tennis.
Is that a first?
Varsity tennis has won, it's been like 10 years, I want to say.
Wow.
It's been over 10 years. Golf usually has the
Yeah,
most.
they usually
Yeah,
do.
they have a lot. So they've done very well for themselves, and our track team won their conference as well. We also have, Neil Howard, who did a tremendous job for us, again, winning many state titles and also the national title in the decathlon. What was very impressive this year was our athletes being recognized as league MVPs. We had 3 league MVPs in track and field, 1 in golf, 1 in baseball, and 1 in tennis this year. Usually we get 1 every few years.
Oh,
So to
wow.
have this many
That's great.
in 1 year is a huge accomplishment. We had 17 out of 20 of our varsity teams be scholar athlete teams, and those that missed it just missed it by a little bit. The cutoff is a 90 average team wise, and 75% of the team has to have above a 90, or cumulative average of above a 90. And usually on average, out of our varsity teams, we have 38 scholar athletes. Some of those are repeats from season to season, but that's typically where we're at. Our season struggles usually have been now our student participation and our numbers, hence our mergers with Hawthorne Valley to grab a few. Our staffing coaches from within. I really do want to have more coaches within our school district because it helps build those relationships with kids. And also it's easier just to work with them being in the building. But we have a lot of community members that are coaches. I think it was definitely probably like 60-40 last year. Transportation continues to be a struggle despite Bobby Joe's effort. She's amazing to work with and does her best, but it's an all-around thing. It's not just our district. Every district right now is struggling with bus transportation. So it just kind of makes our job as ADs more difficult because we're always changing the game start times if we can. But fall we struggle with daylight, especially with our outside sports. But we're all the districts are trying to help each other out the best we can to keep the sports alive. Officials is another big thing. The average age of officials right now is probably 65.
It's true. It's and that's back even when my daughter went. So
Yeah, and they're the same ones that I think when I was here.
Is that like old?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is old. Yeah.
What branding metric you want to
It
use?
is old.
There was one umpire my daughter used to call Umpy.
Yeah.
He didn't even bend over. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He was so
And
cute.
so I just keep reminding parents that please be thankful for who we have, or else if we didn't have them, we wouldn't be able to play. A lot of the times in modified games, we have student athletes officiate. Sometimes the coaches have to coach and do that, but I try not to make sure.
What do you think it is? Is it because there's so many requirements for them to do the job, or is it they're not being paid enough? I mean, what do you think it is?
Varsity officials get about $100 a game.
Yeah, they can,
And
I think
maybe
it's pretty
down
good.
about close to 75, 80, and modifieds in the 60s. So they do increase the pay every year, and they get mileage. I think our area is a little lower paid than, say, Section 9. Just we want to deal with the commitment, and, you know, some parent spectators also don't make it easy.
That's very true.
So we had some officials that walked from games.
Oh,
you know,
really?
Yeah, not here, but
Wow.
that has happened. You know,
Too bad.
dealing with a lot of behavior, especially up in the Albany area, you know, fights, you know, things happening in the crowd. I don't think people want to make that time commitment anymore. But I'll talk about something else that I think is one of my goals this year to help that. So we'll see how that goes. What I think we do very well is I do feel we have a coaching staff that cares about our students on the field and out. They help with them in school. They help them with life struggles. So I really feel we have a very supportive coaching staff. We have been promoting, Alexis and I, our teams on social media through Instagram and Facebook. Instagram was new last year. We also do a Titan Spotlight where every week we feature a few of our athletes about things that they've done very well, things that we want to recognize them for. It doesn't necessarily have to be the best kid on the team. It could be just for leadership or something great that they've done. We offer probably out of the Patroon Conference the most athletic opportunities for athletes. I know that because we pay the most in dues in Section 2. So for our school size, we do continue to offer a lot of opportunities. And I also feel that we do, for the most part, and I've been to a lot of other places, we display very good sportsmanship. But I feel like that's because the expectation is there. What we're looking to improve is obviously more student engagement to try to get more of those kids involved. A lot of the coaches and staff do help try to talk to kids, you know, talk to them about different opportunities. You continue to work on the commitment and understanding, you know, what it means to be committed to a team, and their also mental toughness and grit. We do also want to bridge the gap between PE and athletics, and what I mean by that is I feel like we have lost teaching some of those skills in PE class that could support athletics and maybe then help more students be engaged in the programs that we have. So I'm going to talk to the PE teachers and the content coordinators to see if we can maybe incorporate more of those programs that we did. You know, even just teaching basketball skills and soccer and having that, but they've gone to a different type of PE than what I grew up with. So I'm hoping that we can get some more of those game-like activities back into the classroom. I do have a lot of new staff coaching, so I'm hoping to send them to some professional development this year to help them organize their practice and, you know, just learn some more techniques. And we definitely need to improve our student and fan attendance at games to support not just our football team and our basketball teams, but all of our teams. And I'm sure that goes along with drama events and other, you know, music events as well in our school. And looking to get a better outcome in our girls soccer and basketball programs. I know our soccer program has suffered in the past few years, but I feel like I just hired a young coach for our varsity team that is very eager to do well, and I think the girls will really like him and respond to him. And Nick Smith is going to be our varsity coach. So one of the things, and he's done a great job so far, he's done modified JV and works with a lot of these kids, so they'll have a lot of returning players, which I think is important. And our basketball girls numbers just have been. So that's what I'm hoping to start brainstorming and just trying to get that back up.
Those are great pictures too.
Thanks, Alexis. All right. All right, so this is why you have a math teacher as an athletic director, so I did all my data analysis, which I think was really important. First on this, I just gave you the participation numbers for the 3 seasons, so you can see the comparisons for girls, boys, and how many Hawthorne Valley athletes participated, but those total numbers are with repeats from season to season. So then the real work came when I decided to break it down so you could see how many athletes participated in one sport, 2, 3, or 4. And when they would have 4 sports would be if they did a dual sport, some of them did track and baseball, or did golf and football. So we had a few of those that did that. You can see that all in all, we had about 49% of our girls, grades 7 through 12, participate in athletics, and close to 59% with us. All right, so this is just some ways that we recognize our athletes. This is an example on the left of our Titan Spotlight. And what that looks like, we try to get a picture of them in action, and I have the coach write a short little description. Our sports banquets, which we offer in fall, winter, and spring. And we also did a signing day for all of our athletes attending college at any level to participate, not just attending, but playing sports at the college level. And we have senior nights. We have scholar athlete award dinners that, for not every sport has it, but basketball, soccer, field hockey, they have award dinners at the end of the season, and they usually have those up in the capital region. So these are some of our goals. I had briefly referenced that before with the officials. They have developed an online officials training program that we can train students. So one thing I would like to do is write a grant to try to get money to pay and fund this, and try to get students interested in taking these online courses. Right now they can train to become official and can start as soon as they're done with the course in football, baseball, and basketball.
Age limit?
They have to be of age to work, so juniors or seniors.
Actually,
And
it's great.
they would only be put
Yeah,
on,
that's a good idea.
they would only be put on the modified levels, and they usually are assigned with another adult official, so they're not,
That could free somebody up to go.
yes.
And it's a great opportunity for them,
Yeah.
and as they get older, they could do it as a college
Right.
student.
So we figured, why not introduce it to them now, get them to see what it's all about? So maybe hopefully, if we get 5 of them to do it now, maybe 2 of them will commit to it in their lifetime. So, try to do that. I really would like to continue seeing our teams be successful and have at least 75% of our varsity teams have above a 500 record. I'd like 90% of our teams to be named scholar athletes, so we're really close to that. And I also would like to talk to maybe our English department or our sports management group to see if maybe we could develop an in-house student media program that actually covers the games and does some write-ups on them. I think maybe that would help other students be engaged in athletics in maybe a different way. And I also approached a few of our athletes that were very successful for us and graduated, and this is Zach Rao, who was an MVP for us in golf and in baseball. And I asked him to provide a quote about his experience at Taconic Hills, and he said, "I wish it didn't have to end." And then our next one was from Neil Howard, and he mentioned that opportunities are the biggest key to growth, and Taconic Hills provides the opportunities. And then lastly, this is a group picture from, I think it was our semifinal game at the state tournament, of all the committee members and the team.
Lynette, she
That
can
came,
go.
yep, that came out to
Like,
support.
where's Waldo?
And this was on the day that you approved to give us off. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart that you did that for us, because it was really important to the team and our staff and our community.
Great picture too.
Do you have any questions for me?
No. Thanks, Angela.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I love the goals. Those are good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I need some light there. Can't see. Okay, Superintendent report.
All right, well, a few things to share. The faculty and staff have been welcomed back officially with a letter from me and their 2-day agenda a week in advance, so that's exciting. We're going to have Mary Ann Brinningham here. She does live locally in New York State, but presents nationally. She'll be our keynote speaker, and she's going to be presenting and working with us on the pivotal role that teachers play in building relationships in their classrooms while also setting high expectations. And she'll be working with grade bands also and our administrators just for strategies that they'll use and then holding everyone accountable to those throughout the year. Our theme this year, and you got a package that everyone will get on the first day. Little side note, we would love for any board members that are available to come and help us pass those out on Tuesday, September 3rd, maybe around 7:45, and we would welcome you to stay for the intro. We'll do a little highlights from the 23-24 school year and then share out some about the strategic plan. But our theme this year is Raise the Bar, and when the idea came, Ashley had thought of that, and we went to look it up, what does, about Raise the Bar, because I wanted to talk about that, and we didn't realize that that is the U.S. Department of Education's call to action. So that was really kind of cool because the whole idea is to transform education and unite around what truly works to advance educational equity and excellence, which is definitely the goal that we're on here. So it really tied together beautifully. We had our new teacher orientation yesterday that was led by Dr. Gardner and a bunch of other leaders in our district. We had 11 of our new instructional team participate. They really had the opportunity to become familiar with Taconic Hills, just some of the procedures and protocols that work here, some of the instructional initiatives, and then they are also getting the chance to participate today and tomorrow at Questar with a new teacher orientation that's free and available for all new teachers in the area, county. So that's great. We are excited about our strategic blueprint planning. It was great to have all of the involvement, and it's really been a result of all of the planning at the sessions. That included the board, the leadership team, staff, parents, community members, and we really, I think, gathered a lot of great feedback and developed a plan that we can grow and achieve a lot with. Yesterday, the leadership team met to finalize that plan. We worked with Kevin for about 2.5 hours, and that draft work I'm reviewing, and we should have that ready to share on the first day. So really excited about that. 2 more quick things. I had an individual from the Berkshire Taconic Foundation reach out to me. They had heard a little bit from an article in the paper about our work and interest in opening a daycare. I met with 3 individuals today virtually to share with them all the research that's happened in the last year. And I'm excited to say that I did share our grant proposal with them. They were thrilled with all the work that has gone into this so far. They came to us because they have people that are looking to donate that recognize the need for a daycare center in the area, so they're looking forward to connecting with us again.
Great.
So I thought our VP here would be really excited about that update.
I know, he's put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
It was in the newspaper? Something was in the newspaper?
An article about daycare, I think, a while ago.
Oh,
Last year.
okay, I get you.
I didn't see it.
And the other thing, just so you know, is we are getting ready to do the Yonder pouches for the cell phones. We've talked about that. We did post something on Facebook. We had,
I saw it.
there was conversation, but we kept that open. It's important for people to get their feelings out as long as they're not attacking each other. And I have had a couple parents reach out, and really what I've explained that we had students and parents as part of the committee. We surveyed our students. This has been a year-long ongoing process. Just even when families are texting during the school day, how that's a distraction, and even through the survey, quite a few of our students were almost looking for an excuse to not be able to access it. So I just encourage them that, that's something that it's new for all of us, and I just hope that they would, join us in approaching this with an open mind. So we are ready. Mr. Teeter and Mrs. Leah are ready to go with the initiative and share everything, and I think it'll start the first full week, correct? And, we'll see how that goes. We'll have to be really diligent at first, but, I let them know we're open to having feedback and conversation to see how it's going. So I think those are my updates. Do you have any questions for me?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
As a parent and board member. Why is it starting Monday? Not, so Thursday and Friday when they go back to school, they'll have their phones, and then
Because-
Monday they won't.
I'll let Mr. Teeter and we've talked about that, but I think that's
One of the reasons is I wanted to kind of address it with them personally before we start to implement it. Secondly, the logistics of getting it into the teacher's hands and explaining to the teachers how we're going to roll it out. 500 some 500 and some couches. They're each individually numbered. So the logistics of getting them to the teachers for the students who are in the classes takes a little bit of time.
We also just didn't want to, so we start school, it's going to be a B-Day, and we wanted to make sure that the students and teachers actually met each other and not pull them out of a class and therefore miss meeting that teacher, finding out how the class is going to be for the year and start like the expectations of the class. So that's why we chose Monday. So we have B-Day is Thursday, A-Day is Friday. So we figured the next B-Day we can pull kids because you know what? They've seen the teacher, they made connections of who they are, what the class is, they've learned a little bit about it, and now we felt a little bit better about pulling them. Because from a teacher standpoint or a former teacher standpoint, I really want to see my kids, and I want to see them that first day, even the second day, so I can start having a process and program to put into place.
I just didn't know for the kids, like if it's like, oh, we have our phone study tomorrow, and then like the next time they come in, then I don't know, it just seemed a little like, but.
I get it, but if you were also trying to be respectful with the teachers, and with the kids and the students, because they're all anxious to get back here. And what is their first day look like? We just don't want to pull them and be like, hey, you're going to go to assembly and you're going to miss period 2, which, oh, sorry, it's your physics class, my bad. So we just wanted to be respectful.
And some kids may not even know, right? I mean, and that's an opportunity for you to have them and explain the process and why and all of that, right?
Absolutely.
Right, that's why we wanted to be with them first.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
And it's not like they don't know it's coming. I mean, students that have been here were informed at the end of the year. And it does make sense to get them into their routine first, before we pull out this new procedure that everyone has to get familiar and comfortable with. And I do want to add just one other thing, that we did finally, we were able to get our Frog Street curriculum for pre-K, which is really exciting because it's all content areas and the teachers are excited about that. And we'll get a curriculum day hands-on and it's aligned to the standards and that's really exciting. And our Principal Backlund got everything ready. She had a few aides come in and help and assist in getting everything inventoried so it's all in the classrooms and ready to go for our teachers. So that's another exciting thing.
That's exciting. Okay, any more questions? Okay, now we have board member activity reports. Let's start with you, Janine. We do have one thing. That most of us all participated in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at the strategic plan. I thought it was great. I thought like going to the meeting
Yeah.
and just talking about everything, and I feel like it's really exciting to see like where the school's at and like where they're trying to go and direction. Like everyone seemed very like positive about it. And I'm looking forward to this new app. There's some like new app they were showing me at one of the meetings. Navigate stuff at school and knowing what's going on. So I think that's pretty
Yeah, what's that called?
Skillshare.
Skillshare.
So we use them already, and this is for,
Real share.
it's really meant to, like a one-stop shopping for families. You can check Google Classrooms there, you can text back and forth with teachers, everything's documented and recorded, and it also translates into other languages.
And that's already up and running for parents, or they'll start it soon?
So we've shared everything out. I can't say that everybody's already we sent information about it home in Spanish and English at the end of the year with all students that went home in report cards.
And the teachers are having training on superintendent's conference.
And the teachers also had access to it as well. And then they have a 45-minute training on the first day.
Margaret?
I was also at the strategic planning, the group with, I can't remember, 30 or 40 people. It was really exciting. It was really well run. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to hear what comes from that group input and what the next step is. I think that's probably it.
Yeah, no, there's not
I mean,
much to
soccer
do now.
practice.
That's pretty much all we did.
Yeah, soccer practices started outside, so.
It was nice to be part of that and to see. Move forward. Ron?
Yeah, ditto for well said. Trying to catch up with some sleep.
I understand that, actually.
At that age where a nap is a good thing.
No argument there.
Yeah. Molly?
I was also able to participate in strategic planning. Lynette, please remind me of our guest speaker's name.
Dr. McGowan?
Dr. McGowan was incredible. It was such a genuine energy to have in the room of somebody who really valued education, which was fantastic. I loved his presentations. I loved working with other people that I wouldn't get the chance to outside of the board, like various aspects of education and collaborating with them. I loved that. And I'm so excited on the 5th to welcome everybody back to school. I can't wait.
Joe?
Well, I thought the strategic planning was amazing. The little tasks we did and everybody getting together and everything we've done and getting people working together and how we're pretty much all on the same page.
Pretty much, you're right. I agree. We've already just walked out. Yeah. I also participated, and I love that there were different groups there, the teachers, we had admin there. So yes, I agree. Everyone, we were all in agreement, pretty much, we're all in line. We may be varying as far as what's more important to us, but we're all there. We're all there. So, yep.
I went there too.
You did.
We also met, we haven't done a lot throughout the summer because people are out on vacation. We haven't had a legislative committee meeting, but we did meet a couple weeks ago with the chief of staff of Congressman Molinaro's office. And threw out there what we were doing with daycare and our need for financial assistance, and made sure that she understood that she could take back to the congressman that considering this is an election year, that if he wanted some Takana Hills votes and he wanted to throw some money at us, that would be okay. We'll wait and see how that plans out.
No, the funny thing is I canceled my gym appointment for that day, for that meeting. So I went the next day and she was at my gym class.
Really? Stalking?
Let me get this straight. Money for votes.
Was that extortion
101?
Never happened before.
Well, honestly, she did tell us that because we're at the federal level, that she really wasn't sure how much she could help us, but she did say she could help steer us in the right direction because.
She knew some guys.
Yeah, and she more or less said we would be more beneficial to go to the state level. So, I mean, she said she could help us, but not really, yeah. All right, so that's it. All right, we got old business. So we need to appoint a member to the audit committee. So I'm going to I'd like to nominate Molly as a member of the audit committee. Can I have a second? Heidi, do you accept?
I accept.
All in favor? All right, thank you. Next up, I have, we need to appoint another person to the facilities committee. I nominate Molly. Can I have a second? Joe?
Thank you.
All in favor? And then we have one more, Molly. I nominate you as the chair of the facilities committee. Second, Margaret? Do you accept?
I accept.
All in favor? All right. Thank you. Okay, so next up, we have new business. We have a donation from NYSER for the staff and care closet supplies of $1,000. Can I have a motion, please? Molly, second. Joe? Any questions? I just want to say that's very generous of them, so thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Next up, we have the sports merger with Hawthorne Valley for modified JV and varsity girls basketball. Can I have a motion, please? Margaret, second. Joe? Any questions? All in favor? I was waiting for your
We're very
I was waiting for your question.
Today.
I know, you always, it's the same.
I figured it's the same answer.
Yeah.
That's why I figured it.
Well, I was waiting. I know.
Streamlining.
I like the question.
Yeah.
Keep the receipt.
Next up, we have the Frog Street curriculum. I need a motion to approve that. Joe, second. Molly? Any questions? All in favor? Thanks. Next up, we have the social emotional learning and second step curriculum. I need a motion for approval of that. Motion, Margaret, second. Joe? Thanks. All in favor? Thanks. All right, next up, continuing ed. This is for the approval of the swim lessons to be taught by Tom Russo. Motion, please. Ron, second. Heidi, any questions? All in favor? Thanks. I need a motion for lead evaluators. Approval of Sandra, Jennifer, Michael, Peter, Mary D'Amico, Laura Backlund, and Darby Leah as lead evaluators and teachers. Motion, please. Molly, second. Heidi, any questions? All in favor? Thank you. We have an MOA with the Taconic Hills Admin Association. Can I have a motion, please? Margaret, second. Joe? Any questions? All in favor? Thank you. We have the MOA with the Taconic Hills Administrators. Wait, is there two of them?
Two different ones.
Oh, two different ones, sorry. Motion, please. This is for the cell phone stipend. Ron, second. Heidi? Any questions? All in favor? Okay. All right, now I have an MOA with the Taconic Hills Senior Management Group for the cell phone stipend as well. Motion, please. Joe, second. Molly, any questions? All in favor? Next up is the extension of the contract with the superintendent of schools. Motion, please. Heidi, second. Joe? Any questions? All in favor? Okay. Now, the personnel agenda is pretty long, so it goes from B to, I think almost to the end. Double Ds, okay. Oh, wow, all right. So I need a motion for the personnel agenda. Joe, second. Margaret? I did make some notes along the way, only because it was so long. So we have like some people moving from term position to probationary, which is the ag teacher, science teacher, teacher aide. And then people were going from permanent position, going from a probationary period to a permanent, which is our tax collector, our treasurer, secretary to the superintendent, secretary 1, school data coordinator, custodian, 2 custodian, permanent 2 custodians. We're all going from probation to permanent positions, so that's awesome.
And we're losing a music teacher?
And the resignation piece,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See that, I didn't notice that before when
For the resignations, are we going to getting replacements, please.
Yes, we interviewed for music teacher, we're just waiting to hear back.
I think Ron's more concerned with the food.
You know, listen, I can speak for myself. I'm more concerned with the food.
Those just happened yesterday, so we're already moving forward.
Oh, they did go up just yesterday. I like the weightlifting and a mural instructor. I think that's cool.
So this may be a legal question more than anything else, but with the bus driver who took another job after having gotten their license from us, is there anything that we can do as far as any kind of an assigned agreement or payment for the training? Do we pay them for the training?
It's not the same person. The person you're thinking of.
It's not the same person?
This person was hired at the last board meeting, fully qualified and CDL holder, ready to drive.
Okay,
and
my mistake.
Resigned last
Never mind.
week. Yes.
And that's what the rescission is, right? 'Cause I asked Alexa.
She took a job at DOT.
Okay, so we're filling up some of the coach files, it's good. Anybody got any other questions on any of those or comments?
We need a lot of, I guess, extracurricular activity advice.
Yeah,
Is that from employees or people in the community or either? I guess it's teachers.
Employees get first call.
yeah.
First of anyone
And then
else, if we can, okay. Just if, I'm just thinking about putting the word out.
All right, all in favor? All right, now we have the second, is anybody for the second public? No. You have to ask. Additional items to discuss, the only thing I wrote down is based on what Lynette was said about opening days, the superintendent day, is there anyone who's willing to come? She said about 7:30-ish or so, right?
Yeah, 7:45, we want to start passing things out, and then we'll have everybody in the packet meeting.
So where you want us to buy the pack to hand them out, or when they come in the building, or?
I think we were gonna have tables set up by the pack
By
right
the
there,
pack.
and hand them in.
Okay, is there, who's,
I mean, I could
I
be
can
here
come
until
to-
8:15. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if that's long enough, but I could be here.
well, I mean, participate, right?
I could come at 7:45.
So Margaret, anyone else?
I will be there Tuesday and Thursday.
Molly?
Thursday's the day you want us to?
Well, Thursday's like back to school.
Oh, right.
That's like, yay.
Tuesday is the first day back for all faculty and staff, when we'll give them out these items, and we're gonna present, and, start with our keynote speaker. Thursday is our first day welcoming students back. So that's great, you're gonna be here, Molly, thank you.
So Margaret, Molly, anyone else can be
I
here
can be here Tuesday.
on Tuesday? Okay, Rick, anyone else? All right. I'll be there, of course. All right,
7:45.
do we need, executive session? I don't need one.
I think we're okay.
You're good?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna skip the executive session tonight, which is, can I have a motion to adjourn, please? Joe and Heidi. Ooh, I said 7.
Alexis,
7
you got
minutes
what you wished
after.
for.
Make it home for family feud.
Thank you all for coming.
I do want to just say before you all leave, to wish Alexis congratulations.